See, my argument isn't so much that they're protesting. I could care less that they're protesting. Fine, protest, whatever the hell you do. My problem is a lot of people cannot protest when they are on company time. And most of us would get fired. I would get fired.
Right, well, that's,
So,
I get
protest,
what you're saying.
Do it in your free frickin' time when you have
I get what
plenty
you're
of
saying
time
there.
to do what you're doing.
But
because right now, you're supposed to be producing a product for my entertainment. I don't want to see the shit in the product.
I've said that all along, but I would counter your argument about the company time, but the owners are now letting them do that. They've negotiated it. Right. Well, I agree with you. They've negotiated it so that to, as I've said, called before, pander to the.
It's absolutely pander, which makes it
to the
wrong.
vocal minority.
The whole goddamn thing is based on a fucking lie, statistically proven lie, and they don't want to sit there and acknowledge that they're flouting a fucking lie. Not only that, but then they turn around and sit there and say they could put this guy's name on the helmets, but they couldn't honor the fucking police officers that were killed.
No, okay. Hold on a second there. You're missing a part of the story on that one. Back before 2018, in 2016, when the Cowboys wanted to honor, the NFL outlawed that across the board. There was no honoring of anything. They changed that uniform policy in 2018. So now a team could come out and say, we want to honor. Then you would have an issue if the commissioner said no. But no franchise as of yet has said we want to honor this police department. The only thing that has come forward, the only individual is Tyler Eifert for the Jaguars, has come forward and said, I want to put Daniel Dorn's name on my helmet. And I have not heard whether or not it's been approved. I believe it's been approved. Because I think if that was negated, it would have been huge news.
The thing
Out of conservative
the biggest
sites.
thing I have the issue with is the history of the NFL being hypocritical, inconsistent, and not across the board with shit like this.
Well,
if you're
going forward with
protesting, you better allow it across the board, whether it's for or against your message. If you're going to not allow it, you better not allow it across the board.
Right, and we will
Frankly,
see.
In my opinion, there should be zero protesting during the games and in the pregame. If it's time, if you're on the clock, none. Period.
We will see going forward just how biased or unbiased it. Yeah. Well, that's why I said the argument keeps, and John brought it up. The argument keeps coming up about how the Cowboys were not allowed to honor the Dallas Police Department in 2016. But as I've commented several times and just said to John, there's a missing piece of that story. The fact that the NFL had changed the uniform policy after that.
But even
the key going forward,
they were allowing protests of anti-police and all that at that time.
What were they allowing? They were allowing the kneeling.
They were allowing. You had fucking dipshit socks.
That was during practice. That was during practice.
Okay, still on the clock.
They don't have. Well, yes, he is. But that was they don't have the uniform police at practice like they do in games.
They still allowed. Wasn't there one that was running around wearing black straps on their arms? I forget who it was.
I don't remember that.
That were specifically for a particular situation. I'd have to look it up. I forget.
Dave, hold on a second. I gotta unplug it.
There was some players.
I gotta unplug it.
He unplugged.
Then, yeah, I thought he was plugging back in.
I'm back.
But then there was players that wanted to honor 9/11 on their cleats and such, and they were told no.
Again, they have honored it 9/11 since the 2018 changeover.
Okay. Then they're inconsistent.
I would have to see any evidence that anything was honored on uniform before 2018, or it might have been 2017, but I believe it was 2018. Because I don't know.
A lot of these protesters and shit. Okay, it was what, 4 years ago?
Colin Kaepernick first took a knee, first sat in 2016.
Yeah.
He first sat in 2016.
Before the presidential election or after the presidential election?
Before.
Okay.
He sat in a preseason game. He sat in a preseason game that he had been He sat in a preseason game that he was benched for.
Okay, and that was all in relation to the alleged hands up, don't shoot bullshit.
Yes, the Michael Brown thing was going on at the time.
And
that was the Michael Brown, Freddie Gray.
We got Freddie Gray and all those other ones, where they weren't what they said they were.
I've always believed, honestly, that Colin Kaepernick being the face of this protest is nothing more than he was upset about.
Hey, I'm broadcasting now, just so you know.
Okay. He was upset that he had been benched. He was upset that he'd been benched, so he was sitting. He got caught, and he was quick to come up with a solution for it. That's my opinion.
I think he ended up seeing what it became and turned it into an exploitation.
But I've always stressed that I have always stressed that at least at the beginning, Kaepernick was listening, because a military guy came in and said, "Let's talk," and they came up with a kneeling. Now, since then, he has taken this thing way beyond the point of reason, and he doesn't listen to anybody.
My thing is if they want to protest during the national anthem or whatever, fine. You better not be playing in that game. You better not be on the goddamn clock. That's all I got to say. If I can't do it at work, you can't do it at work.
No. Then you'd have to get the owners to stop allowing it.
Well, they did that, the virtue signal now.
Right. Though, as I call it,
which
pandering.
It's the same thing as pandering.
Yep.
It's the epitome of spinelessness.
Right now, we have somebody, actually, it was your brother, who brought up the Drew Brees wearing the Jacob Blake name on his helmet. And that was the final straw. I didn't watch his whole video, but that was the final straw for him. He's not watching any. I would say this.
He's not watching any football.
Right. In Drew Brees' case, Drew Brees got absolutely crushed for stating his own beliefs earlier this year.
Then he backed the fuck down.
Yeah.
And
he is going beyond pandering to that. He wants to disappear into the crowd again and doesn't want it. Instead of standing his ground like Villanueva did by coming out and standing for the national anthem.
I have respect for Drew Brees. I have no respect for him anymore. He's spineless.
Because as more information is coming out about Jacob Blake, nobody is standing up and saying, you know what, maybe we need to move on to somebody else.
94-yard return. I don't know how they got
Tom Blanda, the Dolphins quarterback. Forgot about that.
That's the other thing I don't like is they don't show the whole, like, you get a 90 for some of your kickoff return. They don't show you the whole return. They show you the fucking last couple seconds.
So far, John, the part you missed in our discussion earlier, there is some little things in gameplay, but we both played exhibition. There's lag in the extra point kicks when you're playing the computer, and that is just absolute garbage, because the lag, you should not have lag in a non-online game at all.
Right. There shouldn't be any lag. But I played the intro game there.
Yeah, the Ravens and Chiefs. I played that 3 times.
The physics, just they're gone. They're not there. It's non-existent. There's one play. I've got it actually on a video on my phone.
Is it any worse than 20 though?
It's at the very least the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
They didn't upgrade anything. They didn't change anything.
No, they upgraded the visuals. I'll give them that. Like when there's a flag or. Well, listen, when there's a flag or a timeout or something, there's a new visual. There's something new to look at.
Even then, I didn't really get too much going on there. I didn't really see a whole lot yet because I haven't really gotten into an in-depth game yet. But
I haven't either. I just played. I'm same as you. We've just played the exhibition.
The exhibition, like the same intro for the star player for the team or whatever. Same goddamn thing.
Oh,
yeah. The quarterback or the running back.
The beginning of the game is a little different. But yeah, when they're introducing, now I did not see introducing the starting lineups. I didn't see that. So the quarterbacks
I think they were there, but I skipped them because I didn't have time. I literally got it in before I left for work.
Yeah. But none of that is really important to me. My biggest things have always been, first and foremost, I want the uniform options to improve. But that's me, that's editing-wise. The second thing for me
is... I think there should be a lot more, like, historically, all those uniforms should be in.
Everything should be there. They have the ability. If they have the ability to throw all this yard crap on there, they have the ability to give us the 5 extra.
Rid of the fucking floofy bullshit from pop culture.
They need to give us the
simulation football, which would include historically accurate uniforms.
And they need to give us away jerseys. If we have a home jersey from 1965, we need the away jersey. You're not going to, some teams have it and some teams don't, and that's bullshit. Why is it that there's the Vikings have both options for home and away? In fact, I believe every single Vikings uniform is on the game, but if I want to be the Bills away in 1990, I have to wear the modern white jersey. That's ridiculous. Why are the Vikings more important than the Bills?
Right.
They've really 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I was going to say that, it's not that they can't do it. I don't know why they don't do it, but same thing with the, even if nobody wants to do historical stuff except for us, fine, whatever. But even just like the relocation, even with just normal teams, you want to move Jacksonville, they're the same options. There's actually less.
Yeah, they don't, right.
But they took away. They made the whole yard with like 40 different choices of uniforms or more.
See, here's another thing. Okay, listen to this
like
shit.
3 more uniforms in 1 more city.
Here's the other thing. Remember why they got rid of uniform customization back in the day when you could create your own team? Remember why they did that?
Threw a fit. Al Davis threw a fit because he was afraid people would put the Raiders in pink. Yeah, at least that's the legend. I don't know.
There was that, and then there was something else having to do with creating teams that didn't really exist or some shit. Instead of playing the simulated teams of the real teams or some shit, there was some bullshit, bogus nonsense. But now they want to sit there. Yeah, now they want to sit there and put in purchasable uniforms.
Oh well, that's money. All right then.
They need to get back to.
Here's something, EA Sports. Here's something. Here's something for you, EA Sports.
DLC though, I don't want to pay for that shit. That shit should be free because the game's already $60 and it's trash. You owe us for decades of shit.
I will say this. I've been saying this for 3 years now. Why are we buying a new game every year anyway?
Yeah.
Why haven't they gone to a subscription-based game?
That's a conversation that's been being had on Twitter and stuff too.
Sports games in general.
Right. Sports games in general. It for you because it's rated the worst game ever, and the sales are just fine.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, true.
So when we stop buying it, maybe something will change.
Maybe. Well, I know the 4.
If there's a million people that buy it and they're all pissed off, that's still a million people that bought it. Right. Nobody cares if they're pissed off.
That goes back. That goes back to the old argument of people burning their jerseys when they get pissed at something. You're not hurting anybody's bottom line by doing that. All you're doing is getting some views on YouTube.
Yeah, well, they spent your money. There's people that complain all the time, and I wish they were cheaper too. But the Cubs tickets have gone up and up and up, and then they won the World Series, and they're way more expensive now. And then so everyone's like, all they do is keep raising the prices. I'm like, yeah, and they're still selling out. Like, what kind of business would you run where you're like, we keep raising the tickets and they keep paying them? You know what? We owe it to them to lower it. No, you don't.
No.
Supply and demand. Stupid business.
Yep.
Supply and demand.
Well,
I took that class my freshman year of college.
You know, you get people like Spectrum Cable offering discounts for new customers, and yet the customers that have been with them for 20 fucking years are like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main reason why I left, actually.
So.
Because I called them, and I was on like this hour-long thing. I'm like, you seriously, you just put something in the system that pretends I'm new? Like, why can't you give me somewhat
give me a
near
break
the same
once every
deal
couple of years or something?
Yeah.
Even if they did that, like, oh, you've been with us for 10 years, here's 10% off. Oh, you've been with us for 20 years, here's 20% off for the rest of this year. Or, for a whole year.
So then they told me, they're like, well, if you do decide to leave, and then you come back in 91 or more days. As long as it's been more than 90 days, you will be considered a new customer. I'm like,
That's
really?
ridiculous.
So you're telling me I have to go to someone else for at least 3 months, and then if I come back, you'll give me the deal? And I just have to keep doing that? I have to be with you for 11 months, then go somewhere else for 3 months, then come back for 11 months to keep getting the new deal?
It's fucking ridiculous. That's what they should do, though, is go to a percentage base. You've been with us for 10 years, here's 10% off for a whole year. 15 years, 15% off for a whole year.
Well, here's something to what you said, Phantom, is that they're giving you 3 months to go find something better. Can you imagine your wife walking in the room right now and says, well, honey, I'm going to give you 3 months to go out and explore the field. Just like a movie Hall Pass, basically.
Fucking
so, well, obviously it works a little differently with wives. The wife's not going to take you back if you go out and you do that. But it's a similar concept in the fact that if you got 3 months to go find something better, without any penalty, if she comes and says, and then 3 months will take you back.
Here's the thing with that, though. You're not going to find something better.
No.
You know why? Because
you are in cable.
No, you're not. Because who competes with Spectrum?
I cut the cord. Well, okay, never mind. I pay Spectrum for my internet, so
right.
But I still save a lot of money. But that's just because in this area there's no internet options.
No, go to anywhere. Where are you going to find another cable internet provider? Not cable TV, cable internet provider. That's giving you the same speeds and shit. You're not going to find. You can go anywhere in the country. You're going to find one cable provider. You're going to find one Fios provider. You're going to find one, maybe two, because God forbid satellite fucking internet is worth anything.
Oh, satellite internet's horrible, especially in this
donkey
area.
ass.
Yeah.
The only competition between ISPs is in how they deliver it.
Yep.
You can't get Charter to compete against Spectrum, to compete against whoever the fuck else there is. If you did that, you'd see the prices drop drastically.
Well, it's the same thing with Madden. It's the same thing with EA Sports. If you have no competition, you have no competition, why do you care?
They got competition.
Exactly.
They got, Verizon gives this or that. No. Verizon provides a different type of fucking internet service.
So how many months ago was it that 2K announced that they're going to get back into making football games? Like 7 months ago or something? And then, and clearly, Madden's entire focus was the yard.
Yeah.
And they're because 2K can do something like the yard, so they're like, uh-oh, we need to do something that's going to compete with it. They didn't touch franchise. Well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't even play a franchise game yet,
Madden
but from what I heard from
about
everyone
franchise
else,
regardless.
right? Because they haven't had to. They haven't had to since 2005.
They have MUT.
Right.
Once they started that MUT shit, they dropped franchise like a hot potato.
The only reason they kept it in the game is to just keep selling to suckers like us that play franchise.
Well, and because there was no competition. So, for any franchise people, which there are a lot of, they're going to buy the game anyways because that's your only choice. Then, for the people that are going to say, ooh, I'll buy 2K if it's better, then that's why they work on MUT and, the yard so much, is because if they can compete with those other games on those, and then you have to buy this if you want franchise because it's literally the only one, then they get money from everything.
I've been loyal to EA Sports since 1993. Got my first Madden game for Christmas that year. And throughout high school, high school and college, when other kids were playing 2Ks or 989, I was still buying EA Sports stuff because I was loyal to the product. They won me over as a customer. I stopped buying Madden when I got the job at the nuclear power plant because I just didn't have the time. I had the money now, but I didn't have the time until Madden 17. PlayStation 4, I get back into it. And Madden 17 was kind of a trick because it kind of made you think, oh, this game's not too bad. The graphics are fantastic, first of all. The editing is cool because we started playing around with the editing. Well, you weren't there yet, John, but I started playing around with the editing a little bit with the alternate Super Bowl stuff. And then Madden 18 came out with a new engine, and it's just gone downhill ever since, to the point where, yes, I'm downloading the free trial, but I'm not buying the game.
Right.
That is
Delete
twofold.
the free trial when it locks out.
There's twofold on that why I'm not buying the game. One is I'm not spending any money on the NFL this year. I'm still watching the product, but I'm not rooting for the players unless they're on my fantasy team. I'm rooting for the team, not the player. And two is EA Sports is such crap. Even if I was invested in buying NFL merch, I wouldn't buy this game. And I'm not sure I'll buy Madden 22 or Madden.
We put this whole online simulation stuff together that I actually bought Madden again.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I hadn't bought it for 5-6 years.
Oh, come on.
I remember you buying 18 to get into the Bush League.
Yep.
Because Obama just body slammed me, by the way.
What you have here? You have, if you like your body slam, you can keep your body slam. Yeah. All 57 states, right? Anyway, because you had somebody that you knew you could play against, and I had, you knew me and you knew Norm.
Yep.
But other than that, I introduced you to the other guys. But it wasn't a fun league as far as
just a couple of guys were idiots.
You knew that. Well, yeah, one guy was trying to pick fights constantly, and you knew that those other two guys, when I worked with the power plant and the state trooper, were going to be in the Super Bowl every year because they were head and shoulders above. My coworkers was at that time one of the top rated guys in the nation.
Right.
Let's face it, it was kind of my goal was to get in the playoffs and maybe draw you or Norm in the playoffs and win a game.
Yeah.
So then you and I branched off.
I was just happy to play with somebody I knew online.
Yeah. You and I branched off into the original attempt at Sack to the Future.
Right.
With the Jackal there, and then eventually we got this.
Oh, Nance is hurt.
Our original attempt at Sack to the Future honestly probably would have been best in arcade, the way I rated players. Have we thought...
And now he's running into the locker room.
Just hypothetically speaking, would arcade mode be better for us?
I don't know.
Have we broken the game?
Took in to see what the hell it was.
I've only played one game of arcade mode since I got back into EA Sports, and it was a exhibition game.
I mean, what's the real difference there? I don't think I've ever played.
Seems like it was easier. Seemed like it was easier to intercept passes. It didn't seem like a true arcade. Like when I think arcade football, I think John Elway's quarterback in the '80s. Like things are just randomly fast.
I think of like NFL Blitz.
Yeah, it was nothing like that.
Bruce Sterling will not be able to return.
Who?
Jim Nance.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I can tell you're deeply concerned.
Very much so. I'm just glad I got a win this week with Buffalo. I'm at 58%.
I'm going to do my sim in the morning. But.
Okay, I'm not going to be online at all from 8:46 to.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it that early. Jesus.
Yeah.
That time's fucking sacred as far as I'm concerned.
No. I am going social media dark until after the second tower fell. Usually I'll watch the news from that day, the original news, but this year WWE Network is showing the SmackDown, the first live gathering after 9/11 at 8 a.m. They're showing the SmackDown from September 13th, which included a huge tribute in the ring where even characters who didn't break character, Undertaker and Kane, were standing out there with the wrestlers, the tribute. So that's 8 a.m. I'm putting that on. That goes to 9:30, and that's my only plans for tomorrow morning.
Hey, Tears, you missed my running back Jim Nance is out for at least the game. We'll see if I get any Packer luck, and he'll be back for next week or not. The Packers, Bart Starr and the running back Horning are both back next week, right?
Yep. No serious injuries. Tears, if you've been listening or not, we basically are of the opinion that not enough has changed in Madden to make it worth anything yet. Phantom did a little bit of the yard earlier, and somebody was wearing cheetah print underwear.
Oh, come on.
No, he was.
Because cheetah print underwear matters in football.
Well, so here's the one thing. Well, first of all, I only played one half of one game, so the kicks lag.
Oh, yeah, the kicks lag against the computers. That's not good at all.
But the receivers not jumping every other time to catch a ball was good, and the quarterback not fumbling every time he was hit was good. So I actually think there's more in it. Again, it was just one half, and I didn't have any crazy passes like you did.
But they're minimal.
Well, I played 3 games. The receivers not jumping every time the ball's in the air is definitely an improvement. The quarterbacks, you said, but then again, I've only played with Mahomes and Jackson, so I don't know if.
And I was Trubisky.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in this game,
Mahomes
even. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes. But that was
on the sack, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which is more realistic than when he's determined to run the ball, anyways.
The sack thing is still broken because I was still able to outrush the left tackle just on speed alone and go like 20 yards past him. Yeah, I was still able to run 20 yards past him. You were on pro, though, right? Yes, I wasn't on all pro. I didn't try that. So maybe it's improved. I don't know.
And then and the defensive line being able to do moves was. I have to do it more, but it's a good idea. We'll see. It's probably broken once you learn how to do it, because that's usually what they do. They have a good idea, but then they break it.
I noticed the first half closes.
But I could tell that Khalil Mack was way better than any of my other guys, which is good. He should be, like he did the moves quicker and they worked sometimes.
There was one thing that irked me, but it wasn't. It didn't affect the game. On the last play of the game, I had a 85-yard pick six. And John, I'll ask you, since you weren't here, what happens when time runs out in the fourth quarter on a touchdown in the NFL?
What happens when time runs out in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, you score a touchdown after the clock has hit 0.
After the clock? They should still, normally, unless I knew, they still let you do the extra point.
They have to. It's not they let you. They have to. It's by rule.
It's by rule.
But this game ended. There was no extra point attempt. So, I mean, this seems like a trivial thing, but to me it is lack of knowledge of the rules.
It's an accuracy thing.
Yeah.
It's an accuracy thing. I don't care how trivial it is. It's accuracy.
To me it is. It is.
Oh, come on. Blocked.
EA Sports, once again, lack of knowledge in the rules.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get something like that. There has been a glitch in Madden for 3 or 4 years now where if the computer or if you, for instance, score a touchdown that is then called back, the touchdown is still in the stats and shows up in the scoring summary, but it's not on the final score. And that is a little thing that they can't seem to fix in 4 years. Come on. You're not paying attention to the fan outcry.
Right.
I'm at 60%. This is the slowest download of a game I've ever seen. It's been.
That's the weird thing too, is you experienced some pretty shitty internet there for some reason, and it's cable.
Wow. I'm glad he threw it away, but I don't know how off his back foot he threw it that far.
I pay the, but only when I play Madden against you guys. I don't get it. I pay the highest cable internet I can, and yet it seems to happen when you're playing me.
Graham gets close to the first down.
That was another thing. I was able to, with Lamar Jackson, I was able to stop on a dime and immediately start running again. It didn't have this slow motion making a decision of moving to allow somebody to catch you. But that was Lamar Jackson. I don't know how Lamar Jackson is in Madden 19 or Madden 20, but in Madden 21 he was phenomenal to play. He was. Oh, Tear says goodnight.
Good night, Tears. My running game is definitely taking a hit since Nance is out.
Well, I don't know what I did, but I'm getting a lot more comments.
For what?
My last video.
Which one? The mistake?
Yeah. I'm getting a lot more comments.
Are they relevant comments, or are they?
Yeah. No, they're not girls.com comments. They're
okay.
They're talking about what I talked about. This guy just mirrors what you just said. These employee football players need to do their personal activism on their own time. Yep. We get enough of the PC, SJW, woke political BS throughout the week. We just want unifying event in sports far, and it goes on. But click on it.
Nice catch by Cole Cloud.
That's the point. The whole concept of the NFL and professional sports in general is it's supposed to be entertainment and an escape from reality.
Okay, he goes on to say, he continues, we just want unifying event in sports for our enjoyment, not to be lectured or told. No, I'm not. I'm reading this comment. Not to be told how racist we are. Most important, we need to respect your flag. A lot of patriots have shed blood regardless of their creed or color in the name of freedom and our way of life. Get with the program, NFL, or go broke. Well, as I've said before, they're not going to go broke. Any time in modern era when you boycott something, the other side is going to spend more money to make up for it.
Yeah, but
we've done it on our side.
True entirely.
We've done it on our side with Chick-fil-A, with Hobby Lobby. You know, the right has done it. They've spent money when the left is boycotting something to make sure that business does better. In fact, so.
Well, Chick-fil-A is good.
Hobby Lobby. I've never had it, so. Hobby Lobby,
they're all right.
No, I've never had Chick-fil-A because we don't have one in north of Toronto, New York.
You do got some companies that are getting hit by boycotts that actually are getting a son of a bitch. Really bounces off. Wow, I can't even switch them.
What
Nike
game are you doing?
Nike's taking a hit. I'm on 22 or 20 right now.
No, I know, but what team?
Giants, Panthers.
Oh.
I'm going to do my sim tomorrow afternoon or so. Or probably tomorrow evening because I won't have the older two. I got to take and drop them off. It'll just be me and
I got
dude.
One comment that shows up in my notifications, but when I click on it to read more, it does not show up. But he swears throughout the whole thing, so I think that YouTube hit him with it.
Probably got deleted.
Yeah.
What happens?
It's halftime.
Well, I mean, you gotta know how that YouTube is gonna block that stuff. Because I've tried commenting on your live videos with a swear word and it wouldn't post it.
Right. Which is funny because, I mean, I don't know, they got swearing all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, the Falcons are destroying the Saints 21-3.
What, is that one of the games tonight?
Yeah. Kirby Burger is doing it again. Oh, the Rams and the Marshalls. Considering Tears went to bed, I don't think that's happening yet. It's 0-0. Yeah. And then the Bears against the Bears as they're getting ready for the Cardinals.
We got to do a franchise game in this to see if that.
Oh my God! He was out of bounds. No, he was out of bounds. He should have been intercepted.
Yeah, before the trial's over, I'll definitely get at least a franchise game in just to see if there's anything there.
This will continue up installing during the night, or if I'm going to have to start it up tomorrow and finish it.
Leave it on.
Yeah, I know. I don't really want to leave it on, though, so I guess not.
Yeah, he might have been in bounds.
The other thing is I've lost my Roku remote. Oh, so have you had issue with your Spider Hunter headsets? All of a sudden them stop working for a little while and then start up again?
No, not really.
Okay, remember when we...
flag.
Remember when we got the first set? Your girl got you one, so I went out and bought one too.
Yeah.
A blue one. And then like 6 months in it stopped working, so I went and purchased the red one. But my son was using the blue and it was working again. Well, tonight it took like 4 tries to get into the party with Phantom here because my headset he couldn't hear me. I switched over to the blue one and it's working fine. The red one just stopped. I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me.
Put crayon in your little port there.
Yeah, right. You're not getting a lot of color commentary and play-by-play in tonight's episodes of Sack to the Future, but you're getting a lot of social commentary, that's for sure, and crayons in the headset port.
Got them right where I want them.
With them leading you?
Sort of.
Oh, catch the... It didn't look... It said out of reach, but it didn't seem like it was out of reach.
How does it say out of reach? I've never seen that before.
Oh, you've never had that?
No.
I've seen that.
Well, I don't have superstar quarterbacks like you do, so they do it a lot.
I've seen that a lot lately, and usually they're not even remotely close to being out of reach. The player just didn't dive for the damn... Like, oh, there's right there an out of reach for me. That one was out of reach. Terrible fucking throw.
Yeah, usually my when it just says like bullet pass inaccurate, it's way more out of reach than when it says out of reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the inaccurate thing.
And then I don't know what the hell that was. Guess you're fucking.
He dropped the ball for no reason. That's good.
Oh, you shoosh. That's not a shameless plug. Jesus Christ, that's $50 for that? Pretty sure I paid $30 for just 2 pieces. God damn.
Oh, are you trying to get the cheat outfit in the yard?
No. It was actually a entry tool set.
Nah. Seems like it could be more useful.
It's yeah.
Oh, you idiot.
Would you quit calling me that?
All right, holding on the Dolphins. That's what I like to see. This is the last year where the Dolphins will be pathetic, hopefully.
No, it'll be pathetic for longer.
I was going to say, there's really only like one season where they weren't pathetic.
Come on.
They have 2 Super Bowl wins, John.
Okay, 2. My bad. I forgot there was a second one.
Yeah, the year after.
They won't be pathetic with Marino either.
When they won the Super Bowl, I was like tiny.
You weren't born.
I was going to say, I think the
72 and 73.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought they were in the early 80s.
They went to the Super Bowl twice in the 80s.
That's what it was.
They lost both of them. 17 and 19. Beneath the chairs.
Oh my lord!
Still looking for that remote.
Yeah.
Wow, Bland is 1 for 10.
Hey, Norm Sneedy is not.
No, that's why he's in the semi-pros. Who's this 99 punter?
That was he was wearing whatever number Bland is before, so I just switched him to 99. It was actually John Adams too, but I gave him a different name. Gave him a CFL punter name, I think. Jesus, where did I put that remote? Not that I need it tonight. I want it in the morning.
If it was up your ass and to the left, you'd know.
No doubt.
Isn't that your line?
Oh. Yep. Well, it's not my line. It's me and Practical Jokers, but I use it.
Oh, that was sensational blocking. Every once in a while, the game works right, and it's nice. But then the next play happens.
Now, the good thing about losing the Roku remote is I've got 5 in this house, so.
5 Rokus?
Yeah. Wow. Every TV has one. And have cable, so you have to get your TV somehow.
I'm well aware of that. I cut the cord 10 years ago.
Well, I cut it 2 years ago.
But I don't use Roku, so.
We do.
My Courtney has some, but I've never used it before. I just had resources. Ooh, we were right. Finally getting a freaking touchdown. Actually making a decent run for it, too.
Burton, his second carry. Basically running by committee now since Nancy's
in an effort to level the playing field, Ozzy Osbourne will debate Joe Biden.
Yeah, right. Ozzy.
Listen, Ozzy would be more coherent.
If Ozzy had been the one that bid the bat, we wouldn't have all this crap.
So wait, are you saying that Ozzy biting the bat head off was like a butterfly effect?
No, he was fine. Nothing happened when he did it.
Right,
stay with me, John. I don't move that fast. Whoever ate that was. Remember, that was one of the original rumors that somebody ate a bat over in China.
Oh, yeah.
Got the disease.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Bogus.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit down and not worry about it. Just watch this upload.
The reach again. Did you see it that time?
No, let me watch.
Say what?
Yep, out of reach.
See, you need to come down to our level of quarterbacks. You need to get some bad players on your team.
Oh, it's coming. 68 looks really bad for the Bills. Kemp got hurt in the preseason, which means he didn't take a single.
The guy tipped it into my hands.
Kemp got hurt in the preseason, so that means he didn't play a single down for the Bills, which would mean by our rule I have to drop him. Didn't carry him on the roster. And LaMonica was traded to Oakland by that point, so Buffalo had Tom Flores and Dan Dara.
What year?
68.
Oh. Too far away.
I still got LaMonica through 66. He's traded the Raiders at 67. And then Stars with the Packers till 71. Unitas with the Colts till 71. Falcons don't have anything though. They won't have anything until Steve Bartkowski in the mid-70s.
What the hell?
Well, we have cover 4 drop as a run counter.
Yeah, apparently.
Drop 7 guys into coverage and tackle the run. Oh, that was another thing during one of my exhibition games. Hitting the L1 square up button turned me around and looked at the guy he was covering earlier in the play.
There's a touchdown.
That's because L1 doesn't square up, it's L2.
L1 squares up in Madden 20.
Unless they change the buttons again.
When I use it, it squares me up.
You're talking... L2 is the strafe or whatever that turns you back, so you're looking at the quarterback.
Yeah, that's squaring up.
When you're going to make the tackle, L1 keeps you in line so you don't dive way out of the way.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But in Madden 21, he turned around and looked at the guy he was covering, which completely took him out of play.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Fucker hit a field goal and made a 10-point game. Little fucker, big bastard is what it is.
Yeah. That is a big guy.
I got one fucking return with this guy that went all the way. I can't get another one out of it. What the hell?
What are you, greedy? You had it in this game.
Yes, I'm greedy, goddammit. What was this game?
Oh, was this game? Okay.
In the first
How
half.
many times is it? How many times in the NFL has it had kick returner had 2 touchdowns in one game? I could probably count them on one hand.
Probably.
I think it's like once. That was.
Oh.
I think it was that guy for the Bears.
What's his nuts for the Bears? Can't think of
the guy with the Bears.
Devin
Hester. That's who I'm thinking of. I don't know if anybody else has ever done it. It'd be a good thing to look up when I have ambition.
Well, it didn't help me on that dive.
Yeah, but somebody, Bowman Connie was right behind you to clean it up.
Right. Yeah. He actually screamed at me. That's why I dove out of the way. He's like, mine. I'm like, all right.
That's bullshit. That shouldn't even have happened. He got in completely
you're
unblocked.
Right. Oh, I thought you were calling me out.
I'm calling you out.
Wow, Tom Blanda, 2 of 12.
Okay, I'm going to say it's happened a lot more than we think it did. Because I'm looking on ProFootballReference.com.
2 kickoff returns by the same guy in the same game.
Tyrone Hughes, 2 touchdowns. New Orleans Saints at LA Rams in 94. Josh Cribbs, 2 touchdowns. Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, 2009.
I was going to say Josh Cribbs.
Washington, 2. Seattle Seahawks, San Diego, 2010. Roy Brown, LA Rams, Green Bay Packers, 85 with 2. Yeah, hold on, I got.
That's 4 so far.
Hold on. Yeah. See if I can get this. Nope, not that far. That was, who was that last one? Ron Brown. Travis Williams, Green Bay Packers with Cleveland Brown, 67-2. Andre Davis, 2. Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, 07. Ted Ginn Jr., 2. Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, 09. Devin Hester, really 2. Bears at Rams, 06. Chad Morton, Jets, Buffalo, 2002. 2.
Oh, I do.
Timmy Brown, Eagles and Cowboys, 66.
That's 10.
Eagles and Cowboys in 1966.
Yep.
Timmy Brown.
We're gonna have to make sure Terrence allows that to happen next.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then you did hear that Travis Williams for the Packers did it in 67, right?
No, I did not hear that. That's
against
fake
the
news.
Browns.
He did.
Against the Browns.
Fake news. Fake news. The Packers don't do anything.
Yeah.
They actually don't have any Super Bowl wins.
You know, it sucks to have a rival in your division that has more Super Bowl wins than you do.
Oh my God!
Everybody in my division.
That's the guy I want to throw to.
Everybody in the AFC East has more Super Bowl wins than the Bills. But what must it be like to be in the same division with the NFL franchise that has won the most championships ever? What was that number again? Green Bay has what? How many? 13? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Seriously. You know what I find absolutely hilarious? Is
but the Patriots have the most since there's, been more than 20 teams.
What I find hilarious is arguing with a Steeler, and now Patriots fans too, I'm sure, about that number and how 6 is more important than 13 because it happened in the Super Bowl era. And they'll be like, well, yeah, they won championships when there was 12 teams. Granted, there were 12 teams, but think right now the 12 best quarterbacks. That's your league you got to go through. The only argument I will accept in that case is the lack of diversity back then.
So
yeah, and the scouting is way better. They still get it wrong, but they didn't go look at all the schools back then.
No, in fact,
they would call, hey, how good is this guy? Pretty good.
Paul Brown of the Browns actually kind of invented modern scouting, so.
So Devin Hester only has 5 kick returns for touchdowns in his career.
Yeah, he's got a lot more punt returns than kickoff.
Punts was probably more of his thing.
He's got a Super Bowl kickoff return for a touchdown, though.
Yeah.
He's only one of like 7 guys who've done that.
Yeah, but how many have then gone on to get killed in the rest of the Super Bowl?
There was a while there where the team that had the kick return was always the loser. Fulton Walker, Miami Dolphins. Stanford Jennings, Cincinnati Bengals. Tim Dwight, Atlanta Falcons. I think the Ravens guy, but that was after the Giants guy did it.
Right.
So the Ravens won it, but that was two guys in the same game back to back.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then of course the Bears had the kick return.
That was literally the only good play the Giants did in that entire Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was the
35-7
most.
or something was the final. And that was sandwiched between 2 Ravens touchdowns. So even in hindsight, it's like, yeah, they had a long touchdown, but the play before it was a Ravens touchdown, the play after it was a Ravens touchdown.
Thank God he returned it, though, because it shouldn't count against the defense, but it does. Because it's already close between the 85 Bears and the 2000 Ravens. But if they could have got a shutout in the Super Bowl...
Okay, Devin Hester has
that would have been...
the record for the opening kickoff of a Super Bowl for touchdowns.
Yes.
Yes, quickest touchdown scored. The only way it'll ever be beaten is if somebody goes untouched and runs faster than Hester did.
It was also in his rookie season.
There are faster people than Devin Hester.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he would have to take it back. He would have to, because the clock starts the minute the ball enters the field of play on a kickoff. So if you get it in the end zone, it doesn't start to come out. So in theory, if you could get a running start and catch the ball at, say, the 15 on a short kick,
Right.
run faster than Devin Hester or as fast and go untouched, you could break that record.
Right.
So apparently...
Because Devin Hester's kick return was, what, 98 yards?
I don't know, 92.
92. So, I mean, if you give him an 85-yard run, you're getting a 7-yard head start.
So,
Right.
One thing that hasn't happened yet is no
return.
punts have ever been returned for a touchdown yet.
Nope. I believe the longest, right, in the Super Bowl, I believe the longest punt return is John Taylor's, unless it's been beaten recently.
No, you're right. It's still John Taylor, 45 yards.
Super Bowl 23.
Yep.
That was also a hell of a punt, too. It sent him way back. Scott Fulhag of the Bengals is punting.
Fulhag.
Yeah. That's the name.
Hey, the rookie tight end, Whalen, finally gets a catch.
Longest kickoff return in Super Bowl history.
I want to say it's probably one of the ones more recent that I don't know, but I'm going to go with Tim Dwight, Atlanta.
Jacoby Jones,
Yeah.
108 yards.
Baltimore Ravens against the 49ers.
Yep.
Yeah. Tim Dwight's was like 98 yards, I believe.
Devin Hester had 14 punt returns for touchdowns. That makes it a 7-point game.
Hey, Burton gets in for the touchdown.
No, that makes it a 5-point game. Because I can't do math in my fucking head.
41 minus 35 is 6.
Yeah. It's
36, okay. Yeah, 5, you're right. I thought I read it 75. So all you need to do is get the ball back, but you only have 2 timeouts.
But I've got 2 timeouts left. So I have to kind of like stop them incomplete pass or something.
Gotta hope they throw a pass on 3rd down.
Yeah, basically.
Otherwise, they'll be punting it. If you get timeouts immediately, they'll be punting it with about 20 seconds left, I think.
How much time's on the clock?
116.
Okay, well the computer might be dumb enough to throw a pass.
He's also got to stop him on first and second.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, second down with 1:13 on the clock. Now, he's had a lot of luck with Homer Jones lately going down the middle, so if you can get the ball
Homer
back,
Jones
he's
getting
got
down
a
the
chance.
middle.
Now it's 109, and they're out of timeouts. Yep. So, if they do it right, they'll be punting somewhere around 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you stop them, yeah. 3rd and 8, I would run it personally, but yeah, they are spread out. So this could actually work to your benefit.
Nope, not unless you fumble it. It's over.
What happened?
First down.
Pass and got the first down.
Oh, they did pass it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. They went for the win, huh?
I'm at 66%, and I think that's about as far as I'm going to get tonight, because as soon as you guys are done, I'm out.
Just leave it on, dude. Turn the TV off.
Well, it's not like I need it in the morning.
Right.
We won't be doing anything during...
No, but it'll finish downloading before you get up.
Why did he intercept it on 4th down? That's just a stat grabber right there.
Disturbed uploaded a new video.
Who?
Disturbed. One of my favorite bands.
They're done with the sickness.
Yeah. That's them. 20 years ago. Oh, Andy Reid, Andy Reid face mask is winning the internet tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the best kick returner ever?
Devin Hester.
Deion Sanders.
No,
No.
this is best is Devin Hester for 5 career kick return touchdowns, 14 punt return touchdowns, first all-time, and ranks 10th in the all-time.
Oh yeah, statistically
yards
he
per
did those.
Not just statistically, he's the best ever.
Oh, okay, let's calm down here. He did also play for the Falcons, you know. In fact, he broke the record as a Falcon.
Yeah, I
remember that.
I'm not saying Falcons can't do anything.
No, you are a little biased. Let's not. I mean, I picked Deion Sanders